Welcome back to Now on Your Hero. So, if you're thinking about trying drugs to ease your pain, let me just tell you something, okay? I went to counseling for my own pain, for abuse and stuff like that. So, before you do that, because I have somebody I really care about that's stuck on that stuff, probably to ease their pain, and they haven't taken counseling. I took the counseling route, okay? Because with sports, I was in track and I was in wrestling, and it was so hard to do those sports and to be in that practice. I told myself I'm never doing drugs and I'm not drinking alcohol and I'm not ruining my body. Well, that doesn't mean I was immune to flashbacks, anything like that was abuse. So one of the things when I got in there, one of the things they told me to do, because it was affecting my work, I was feeling the pains of the nails going in my hands and in my knees and legs at my job I had before I have now. And this was probably around 2013, maybe,
yeah,
to 2000, probably like 15. Well, I'm just going to give you the methods. One of the methods is taking water, okay, and splashing your face with it to stay present. The key point is to stay present. So for me, when it got bad, I couldn't see my world anymore. I would see the abusive house I was in, and I would see the cat that used to be there. I could see exactly where everything was, where the microwave was, where the window was, where the sink was. I could see where all the rooms are. I was back in that place. Okay, in my head, I had like two visions. In front of me is where I'm currently standing at, but the environment is overlapping it, and I'm in the abusive house. So here's the methods that I learned from counseling. One of the methods, like I said, it was splash face with water. That's not always available. What's more readily available that worked for me the most, I'm just going to give that out first. This, okay? I'm not sponsored by Extra or Polar Ice or anything else, but mint, high mint gum, spearmint, freaking winter fresh, peppermint. Go Polar Ice though. Go with the Polar Ice one. Chew that. What that does is it changes the taste in your mouth, and it connects you with the moment because there's gum in your mouth, and you did not have, or you maybe did, I don't know, but for me, I was not chewing any mint gum any of the times during my triggers. Okay, so chewing this works, man, it works a lot. I was able to chew this gum. I couldn't help but focus on the minty taste in my mouth. Okay, and that was really keeping me present. Other times when I didn't have gum, might not always have gum. Other times you have to start touching stuff, like you have to touch something and say what it is that you're touching. Like, okay, this is a controller, this is the X button, this is the B button. This was not there during the time of my abuse, or this texture. You have to focus on the texture. Okay, now the percent rate of that working for me is pretty much like 25%. It hardly works. The one that works the most is the gum. But if that don't work, you got to fly off to the bathroom or something and splash face with water. Okay, now if that don't work, you have to leave. You have to get out of that place and actually go outside. Now, when you go outside, the smell of the fresh air is going to hit you. Birds are going to be singing, cars, and it's going to be so much distracting you from being in whatever abusive house, home, or church you was in. Okay, so it's going to do that. And so now when it comes to nighttime, okay, a lot of stuff will hit you during nighttime. During nightfall is where your brain goes throughout the day and what happened. This is a little more annoying to deal with because it's constantly it's constantly in your subconscious, and your subconscious is trying to clear this out so that when you dream, it can give you whatever answers to help you solve problems throughout your day. So when you wake up, you have your aha moments. I'm better at the job I do, or I'm better at the skill I need to do, or whatever. Well, it has to get rid of all that other junk first that's stuck in your head so that you don't dream about the abuse stuff and get that out. Well, the best thing you can do at that point is to take a bath. Take a bath, make the water warm enough to where you can fall asleep in it, like where you can doze off. That's helpful because you have to get out of the bathtub and the water is going to change. It's going to change cold. Okay. This is going to wake you up. This way, you took a small nap and your subconscious has dealt with that abuse stuff that it deals with that night before you actually go to sleep. You've already dealt with it and you're not dealing with it as you're really going to sleep. Took a bath, dealt with it, water changed, got cold, it jogged you out. Because when you dream about something, a lot of times when you wake up, if you don't write that dream down, you'll forget about it. And that's what you need to do. Forget about it, have that stuff be emptied out. Now you could go to sleep, and now your subconscious and your brain can give you a real dream to solve real problems. That's not the abuse problems if you're not going through that anymore. But seek out counseling. That's free. You just type in free counseling for whatever city you're in. And don't knock any free ones, because mine was free. And that's how I learned to do these methods, okay?
Would you recommend paid counseling for somebody if they need it?
I mean, if you need paid counseling, then do paid counseling. Like for me, I have to do paid counseling when it comes to a sex surrogate. I got to do that one based off of molestation issues and stuff like that, and sexual relations and stuff like that with a partner and stuff like that. So that's a lot harder to deal with. I don't have methods for that yet. Because I have to be physically in the action of doing that. That's why I need a sex surrogate for that one. Just like I'm physical with my partner, I have to be physical. It's just, there's no way getting around it, because that's where the hang up is. Where somebody's behind me or something like that, or squeeze my butt or something like that. Anything that's identical, I can't deal with it. Like recently I had, let's just say my lady was playing with my junk with her hands. Well, I didn't think that affected me at the moment. Well, it did. Later on, there I was sitting in my own business, not thinking about it, and this shit popped up. And I felt the same way I felt about the doggone hand going up and down as I did when the abuse happened, and as I did with my sex surrogate when I couldn't handle those certain things. Like I said, sexual stuff I gotta work on still to make my partner sexually happy and be sexually free and all that stuff. But it takes a sex surrogate, and that takes money. For me, it was 150. For most other people, it's 200. For other people other than that, it's 5,000 if they have to travel to you. And I'm not joking, it's 5,000 or somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Not even kidding. So those are the tips I have for y'all. So before you think about doing that, so that's the conclusion, okay? Try those methods. Gum method, chewing the gum, spraying your face with the water, feeling the textures, going outside, and making a phone call to whatever family member that loves you the most and you know that got your back. Make a phone call too. I've also used that when it's suicide started coming back. I call my sister. My sister is the one that prevented me from suicide for the first time, and I call her again. She can prevent me from the other times from taking action, because I love my sister that much. And she was able to do it the first time, so I have trust her that she did help me the second time, and she did. When I saw her, I felt so much better after seeing my sister. Yeah, I'm maybe the oldest, and she may be my younger sister, but she's the one that helped me with that mental issue, with the problem when I had it. And when it popped back up, I wasn't prepared for it because my world didn't change, and none of the methods I used helped me, other than the changing my environment and the calling for help. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching this. And I really hope these tips help you guys. Bye.